Hi, everybody, and welcome to Heel Heat, our TNA and More show. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Eric Watts.
Oh, Techno Team 2000! Gary Rhodes. I can't remember the other guy's name.
Was it Chris Champion?
Who cares?
Anyway. First, to start off the TNA Impact show, we had Hulk Hogan in the backstage segment with the four guys that might be challenging for the title. Bully Ray, Kurt Angle, Mr. Anderson. I did the pause. That was for dramatic effect. And who was the fourth? James Storm.
James Storm.
And then you had them all go out with Hogan talking to Hardy. Hardy walks out, and what did you think when they showed the inside of Jeff Hardy's brain?
Dude, I thought that was, I don't mean to insult anybody, but the gayest thing I ever saw in my life. One of them. Sorry, it was just terrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. No one wants to see inside Jeff's brain, and I guarantee he's not thinking about their strengths and weaknesses. It's probably about where's the coke, where's the coke, where's the coke, where's the coke, where's the coke.
I know Kurt's got coke. I don't think Bully does it no more. James Storm's, he drinks too much. That was just fucking stupid right on there. Anyways, you know.
Then after that we had the rematch for the X Division title, Rob Van Dam versus Ema Ion.
I thought it was a solid match. I think it was better than the championship match.
Do you really? I thought it was a little bit less than the one on the pay-per-view.
I think it was a little bit more to it. I don't know. The way it seemed like Ion was more on the money, and they kind of let Ion take more spots.
And it was okay. I mean, the X Division needs a little bit of extra people coming in, which was good with the end of the match, where Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan came out.
I like it when people get jumped from. I like that surprise.
Yeah.
And Morgan really shouldn't be jumping the X Division champion. He should be jumping the television champion, or the world champion.
I think he's hitting him for Joey Ryan, and then Joey Ryan will be an X Division guy, and Morgan will be more of a heavyweight guy.
Yeah.
In their little partnership, kind of like Diesel and Shawn.
That's what I was thinking of when they first put them together. I was thinking it's probably going to be something like that, which would help the kid out quite a bit. It'd kind of work in reverse of the Shawn Diesel thing, where Shawn helped Diesel out. I think Morgan will help this kid out.
Yeah. And then coming out of that, we had a promo with Kaz and Daniels. I know these are two of your favorite guys.
It's a tragedy these guys aren't the champions. I'm really high on these guys. I'm not a big fan of what do they call Chavo and
El Stereotypico.
Exactly. I like the way they cut promos, and that's the thing. Chavo is just a peanut butter and jelly, mayonnaise plain promo guy.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
No, that was probably more excitement than he's got. I really.
Where they at?
Sorry, folks. But, I mean, that was probably more entertaining than watching Chavo wrestle anymore. It's
peanut butter jelly.
All right, with a baseball bat. And that's my take on it. I think Chavo's still mailing it in.
Yeah. It was okay. They had the fans starting to write they should let the fans still write all the petition in the tag, for the tag title.
I'll sign your petition, and so will you, Shawn. Like I said, I'm very high on Kaz and Daniels. They need to get the belt back another time.
Exactly. Now, after that, they went to break. We came back with inside the Aces and Eights hangout promo with Bully Ray talking about make sure you don't lose your mask.
After he loses his, well, that's just shit.
Yeah, and then they did the thing where they had all the pictures of the guys in TNA on the board, and they threw a dart at who they were going to attack, which we'll talk about a little bit later, who they eventually did attack. Aces and Eights is starting to drag a little bit with this. They need to come out with some more of the reveals. Devon was a good reveal, but let's get some more reveals out there. And then
the next match was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. The Samoa Joe versus Rob Terry, Big Robbie T. Robbie T actually showed a lot of monster ability in the match. He was kind of no-selling the chap or the slaps to the face and stuff.
Was it more
or the chest?
Joe was bringing him up to his level, or Rob Terry has stepped up a little bit?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, you can't. Joe ain't going to push somebody or help push somebody that's not going to push with him.
Here's what I don't get about the whole situation. You have Robbie T and Robbie E together. Why not throw them into the tag team division? You're obviously not letting either one of them run with a championship. They would make a nice solid tag team. You got a big guy, little guy combination. I think it would work. The gimmick's there.
I think whatever bad things that Robbie T has, Robbie E could cover him up.
And I think they're kind of like a New Age Outlaw situation where Rob Terry does some good and Robbie E does some good, but neither one of them are a complete wrestler. Kind of like Road Dogg was good on the stick but not good in the ring, and Billy Gunn was good in the ring but not so great on the stick. And then after that, speaking about the Outlaws, they had some good theme music, which leads us to our question of the week. What do you think the best entrance music or theme music in TNA has been? Now, we have an answer from one of our friends, from Lou over at the Deadly Sins. Are you doing the CM thing while I'm reading?
No, my hand got cramped up. Sorry.
But Lou gave us the answer. Best entrance music, I'm going with Beer Money. Their music hit and everyone reacted. And as a side plus, Boo, Jeff Boo, TNA copping out with Cena, a.k.a. the Queero.
Truth hurts.
Yeah. like with Cena, not with Cena.
Yeah, well,
But he goes with Beer Money. I thought it was a solid theme song. What do you think the best TNA theme song is?
Jeffrey Nero Hardy. He sings his own entrance music, folks. I'm just kidding. April Fools. No, Robbie Roode. I think Robbie Roode's music fits him to a T. Just the way he comes down to the ring with it, he's all mashed up with it. It kind of reminds you of like an Evolution, Triple H coming out to the theme.
I like that. It's a good theme song. It's good for his character. I was going to go with James Storm. I like the whole long necks and rednecks. I'm not a country music fan, but it fits his character really well. I really like his. The one, it's a close second to me, is the Rob Van Dam one. Just because, you watch the show with me a lot. When his music comes on, I sing it with it.
You do.
And
like Tourette's.
It's
Rob Van Dam.
But that's part of it, though. It gets stuck in your brain, and you think about it, and you instantly know who's coming out when you hear Rob Van Dam's music. Cause
it says his name a million freaking times. I mean, he's not stuck on himself.
No. But I like those two. I go with James Storm Slight because it slightly fits the character better. Plus, it's a better song, even though, like I said, I don't like country music, but I like the long necks and rednecks for James Storm. Now, coming off of that, one of the big changes in TNA this week is the first hour had a new announce team. It was, I forget what the one guy's name was, but it's Jeremy Borash and some new guy, and they did the first hour. Now, our question of the week for this week is, what did you think of the two different announce teams, the one doing the first hour and the second doing the second hour? It's something that WCW used to do. They would switch halfway through Nitro when they had a 3-hour show.
And I think it's something WWE needs to do since they have a 3-hour show.
But what did you think about the two teams on specifically TNA? Did you like the new guys? Did you like both teams? Would you rather see one or the other? Let us know what you think. Hit us up on our Twitter. Hit us up on our Facebook. Put it down where?
Down there.
You were just waiting on it.
Oh, I was. I was waiting for it, and then boom!
You did a Pablo Sandoval. He hit 3 home runs yesterday.
Good for him.
I don't know what he's doing tonight. I haven't followed the game. But anyway, that's our question of the week. Let us know what you think, and we'll say it again next week when we come out.
You're an asshole. Oh, I was talking about the match next. Austin Aries versus Mr. Anderson.
Which was started earlier in the night. Earlier in the night when Aries and Anderson got in a little bit of an altercation outside of Hulk Hogan's office when Anderson was kicked out of the 4 guys fighting for the title. I don't like that gimmick as you can. I think it's stupid, the elimination by Hogan. And he said it perfectly. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to kiss your ass?
And that's basically what he wants. I mean, you know what, brother? You're going to have to kiss my ass, brother. Brother.
Speaking of Hogan, before we go into the Aries and Anderson match, the Hulk Hogan Thunderlips count of the week is
5, brother.
I thought we agreed we were going to do a different voice for it. 5. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, sorry. For the count. He's 1 up from last week.
One
He's a
more.
4.
But his high is at 8, so he's still lower than his high.
For the Hogan thing, Hogan just has to stroke his ego as much as he can. Just like he has to stroke Bubba's wife. Ooh. Hot.
Yeah. And then back to the match we were talking about, Aries versus Anderson. I thought it was the best match of the night, personally.
I do too. I think it was, Van Dam and Ion had a better potential, I think, but I think that match was just 10 times better.
I like these two together. It's two guys that are in the world title hunt, so it has some meaning to the match. It's a good solid match between the two characters that I like. Anderson, he's starting to get me back on his bandwagon again. Now that they're not switching him back and forth from face and heel so much, I'm starting to get back to where I enjoy his work again.
Anderson works better as a shade of gray. He's not a great baby face, and heel he's okay, but as a shade of gray, when they were working him at his white hot when he was like a year and a half ago?
About that, when he won the world title?
Yeah, I think if they would have kept at that pace, I think the company would be at different standings right now. I think them screwing around, face heel, taking the belt away, keeping him off TV, I think that's really hurt the company more than they hurt this guy's career.
Yeah. And he's a guy he's a solid worker. He's really good on the microphone. I don't know why he's not more predominantly featured in TNA. They don't have that many guys that are good in both areas. They got a few. They got Kurt Angle. They got him. They got
Aries.
Austin Aries.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff's not bad.
Just kidding. No, he's terrible.
He's not horrible.
You know me. I'm not a...
Anyway, but then we got your favorite match of the night, Tessmacher versus Tara in a rematch.
Am I awake again? Their matches are better than WWE's women's division divas, whatever you want to call it. But I really am tired of the Tara fiasco.
Well, the thing of it is, they got some good people over there. Tessmacher's probably the worst one, and she's on the show the most. You got girls like Gail Kim are there. Is Velvet's the guy still there?
Nope.
One of them's still there.
I think they're both people. I think they're both.
Well, Velvet and Angelina are gone, but it's Madison Reigns.
I think she's injured or she's out on personal time.
ODB.
Same thing. I know.
ODB's still there.
Yeah, and the porn star chick. What's her name? What is her name? The country singer. She's on her show.
Mickey James.
Mickey James. She's out with some kind of hip injury or something like that. So, I mean, that's what they got right now.
It wasn't bad. I think the match was a little bit rushed. The angle at the end where Brooke Hogan comes out and says ODB wants to fight with Jesse, Tara's boyfriend. How many Jessies they got on this damn show anyway?
Oh,
they got Jesse Sorensen, this Jesse.
Jesse and Festus. Oh, sorry, different show. Well, Festus is there. Speaking of Festus, he was out with Devon when Bully Ray called him out.
Yeah, they did a little in-ring promo. Devon stood behind the Aces and Eights. Bully Ray did some shoots where he said that Devon never really cared about the fans.
How much better do you think the angle would be if the roles were reversed?
I mean, I don't know. I think eventually, I really do think that Bully Ray is going to be the leader when they eventually announce it. I really think it's going to be a big swerve.
I think the whole thing with Devon being with the Aces and Eights is actually a good thing for him. Because it's really rejuvenated his character as a talker. Because when he was a babyface, he wasn't really much of a talker. And, the whole thing he had going on with the poke was bullshit. So I'm liking this. I'm getting high on it. I'm going to see where it takes it.
You're getting high on it like Jeff was in the back?
Yeah, well, of course. Ugh.
And another thing, before we get into the main event that I want to talk about, next week is Gut Check and Open Fight Night.
Gut Check.
Although I really haven't liked the Gut Check other than a couple people, the 18-year-old kid, I forget what his name is, and Joey Ryan I liked. Next week I'm really excited to see the guy they're using. They're bringing Christian York, who was a guy that wrestled in the old ECW, wrestled in TNA early on. I think he wrestled in WCW for a bit, him and Joey Matthews as a team. a really solid worker. I haven't seen him in a few years. I honestly thought he had quit because I haven't even heard about him on indie shows, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know if he's working some indie shows that I don't follow, but I really want to see what he could do. I'm really hoping he's a good worker, and he's someone, I think, from what I've seen of his past, that would fit really well in the X Division. I hope this goes really well, and I hope he gets a job there, because I thought, at the times when I seen him, I thought him and Matthews, they came in at the tail end of the original ECW and didn't get to stay there long because it went out of business, but I thought they were a great up-and-coming team.
Do you think him and Matthews work better than Matthews and
Nitro?
Nitro?
I think so. I think Christian York and Joey Matthews were better than M&M.
Okay.
They just didn't get the national stage to show it.
Well, it's good. I think one of the reasons they got him there, too, is his name was mentioned in Punk's DVD. Just slightly, just for a split second, but, things like that help out a guy's career.
Yeah, and it brings name recognition. People remember that have watched the DVD, and people are willing to cheer for him. Now that we got that out of the way, that's actually probably something we should wait to talk about for next week, but, it got me a little bit excited as a fan.
It makes people want to see it more.
The main event was the guy that Hulk Hogan decided on was Kurt Angle, and he went up against Jeff Hardy. The guy that you've been really high on this whole show and haven't ripped on once.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, the wrong guy went over again. As long as, you got Kurt Angle. And the thing is, it wasn't a shit-fest match. Kurt brought decent. A lot out of him. Kurt worked stiff with him.
Yeah, it was a decent match. And like you said, to paraphrase our friend Lou over at the Deadly Sins, Jeff has got his 6-hit combo of queer just like Cena does. He has the twist of fate, the whisper in the wind, the move where he throws the side at him. I forget what they used to call it.
But no, I can't remember either.
Where it used to be he would jump off a mat, but now he just does it without jumping off of anybody, and does kind of like a leg lariat. Then he does the slingshot to the outside. He has his 6-hit combo of queer too, and he's another guy like we talked about a little bit, and we've been talking about with Chavo, that seems to be mailing it in a little bit. I did like his matches with Austin Aries. I didn't so much like this match with Kurt Angle, and I really should have, because Kurt Angle is one of the best wrestlers in the ring in the world.
I was very disappointed with the match. It wasn't a terrible match, but when you have Kurt Angle in there, you get kind of spoiled with Kurt's matches.
Yeah.
Kurt's worked so great with AJ and Joe. His matches.
Kaz and Daniels. Everybody.
And then you see him with Jeff, and it's just like, I think deep down, Kurt's even pissed at Jeff, the way Jeff's working.
And basically that was that. Jeff Hardy ends up winning the match, going over, then gets attacked by Austin Aries, who says he's going to revoke his rematch clause at Turning Point, which should be another good match. I thought the last two they wrestled, I thought were decent. I liked how they went. Other than the Bound for Glory ending, I thought it was a really good match, the Jeff and Austin Aries match.
A phenomenal match. I've had to say it. And TNA, that's probably one of Jeff's best matches.
Better than the match he had with Abyss a while back?
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
It was good when you work against a monster like that, but the thing is, I like Aries, and I think Aries works good for a small guy.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. And then now coming from that, after that little piece was done, they showed Kurt Angle in the back getting jumped by Aces and Eights, which was who they obviously hit with the dart in the beginning of the show.
It was kind of lackluster. It didn't look like a great attack. You could tell Devon's punches were pulled.
You call him Spike and Big Dick too while you're at it?
Yeah, we'll do it all. You could tell they were pulled punches. They weren't.
Dances with Dudley.
Exactly. You go to
Dudley. Little Snot Dudley, which is different than Little Spike Dudley.
I don't remember Little Snot.
I don't care. It wasn't Dudley.
Well, there's tons of Dudleys. There's Mama Faye and Levon too. How about that?
There you go. But it was a. Oh, you know what we forgot to mention on the Aries and Anderson segment the back when they attacked each other right before they go to commercial.
Oh yeah.
You heard you could hear the director yelling, "Cut." I mean, really, the backstage segments are something that you could film ahead of time. You're telling me you couldn't have done that and edited that out?
It's just getting lazy.
Yeah, it was just lazy editing, in my opinion.
But I think that's about it for the show. I mean, is there anything else you want to mention?
No, not really anything else.
Cut! No, you're supposed to keep finished talking when I say cut, just like they did.
Okay. But anyway.
Cut!
Anyway, that's pretty much all we got for our TNA version of the Heel Heat show. My name's George Coles.
I'm Gary Rhodes.
And we'll see you next time.